Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another exciting episode of how I was delivered from drugs, addiction, and alcoholism. And today, I want to share something on alcohol, how I was addicted, and what kind of bondage do alcohol brought to my life. But first of all, I just want to give an overview of some of the predicaments that I went through because of drinking alcohol. And I'd say that if not for drinking, of course, heavily drinking, probably my life would have been super different. But because of alcohol, I really dragged my life behind. You know, if you're a drunkard and someone tells you drinking is bad, you wouldn't understand, definitely, because you never see anything bad about drinking. And something I'd say also is there is no way you tell a drunkard to stop drinking just because you think alcohol is bad. They have this in mind. Of course, we used to have it in mind that if I stop drinking, who's going to buy alcohol? Alcohol was made for me, and the company will run as long as I drink. You understand? And something worse about alcohol is something worse that is true about alcohol is that alcohol does exactly what you want it to do. For example, you want to relieve yourself of some kind of stress and decide to go and drink. Exactly how you want to feel is what you're going to feel. It works that way. It's an unfortunate truth. And something about alcohol, from my own understanding, I'm just saying what I've gathered concerning my drinking habit, is that you never see it coming. You never see the addiction coming. You never see a problem. You know, the more you drink, the more you think you're okay. And to some extent, when I used to drink, I used to see myself being okay, because I never saw the bondage, the addiction coming on board. I never saw myself being a dependent of alcohol. Every day I'd go drink and be okay. Sometimes, actually, in most cases, I used to work, drink and work, drink and work, drink and drive. I never saw what people used to say, that one day I'll get an accident, one day I won't work well, until I was deep in it. I can just mention a bit of some of the predicaments that I went through because of drinking. Number one, I lost my job. You know, there was a time I remember very well. I had planned for an activation. That was a project. Planned very well, put everything in place. That night I was very tired, and while I was going home, a friend of mine told me, "Maurice, can we pass by this place?" So we went to a pub, a nearby pub, and we decided to take some whiskey for the night. So for him, it took just a little bit and went back home. But for me, I remained there and just got into drinking. And my cue by then, I had not eaten anything. So I started drinking, drank, until it was about 3:30 a.m. I went back home. When I went home, it was very, very late. So I just went straight to bed. I was super drunk. I didn't even know what time I got home, but I went straight to bed. The work that I was doing, I was supposed to be up by 5:30 a.m. in the morning. When I went to sleep, you know, I remember alcohol went, it kind of went on pause. Didn't work on me. You know, the way I was drunk, when I went to sleep, it stopped there. So opening my eyes in the morning, I was super drunk. I was supposed to wake up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, and I woke up at 10:30 a.m. in the morning, super drunk, confused. I didn't know what to do, where to start. When I look at my phone, around 30 missed calls, over 15 messages. You can understand the confusion. I was super confused. And now alcohol, I woke up and thought maybe I can take shower and everything goes off. Absolutely no. When I went to the bathroom, I got super drunk. I didn't want to eat anything. I wasn't thinking clearly. calls from every corner. The first thing I did, switched off my phone. I also had a team somewhere in Nairobi, so I decided to rush there quickly. I didn't even take a car. I just took a motorbike, went and found my team confused. They were waiting for me. They were tired. The report had reached my office. My general manager was looking for me, and when one of the team leaders around saw me, he was shocked. He has never seen me that way. I was so drunk that very morning, and he told me, Maurice, just go home. I don't know what to tell you. I know this is your project. You're supposed to be working right now, but just go home. I can assure you, if you go to the office like this, you are a disgrace. I tried, took some eggs, took some sausage, tried to make myself sober. But the more I did it, the more drunk I was getting. So even after him telling me not to go anywhere, just go home, I decided to go to the office. And when they saw me, first, they were very much embarrassed. The chief operation officer was around, the CEO was in the office, the owner of the company, and the general manager. So she called me, and she was very, very angry. When she looked at me, she just told me, go home. Guys, that is how I was fired, because of alcohol. That is how I lost my job, because of drinking. Just like that. No confusion, no stories. I'm just giving this overview for you to understand what I went through. I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to glorify the things that happened, but I'm trying to show you some of the repercussions. And even when that happened, I never saw any problem. I never saw anything bad about it. So after that, I tried to survive, of course, with the family, and I can assure you, it was catastrophic, terrible, very embarrassing. Paying rent became a problem. Letters came from auctioneers. It was just bad. Another instance I remember, I have a mark here, if you can see, this one here. I remember one time I went to drink, and I was after drinking I was a bit violent. Just went tried to attack someone that very night, and when I thought I was doing wrong, he didn't think that way. He went back to his store, took a sword. He came with it. Nakumbuka alinikata hapa. I have a mark here, huku nyuma here, and here, and stabbed me on the stomach here. That very night, just if not for one of my neighbor who came to my rescue, I would have been dead right now. And I remember I went to the house. While I was in, my wife was shocked. What is happening with this guy? What is really happening? Because he thought I was having a short call in bed, but no, it was blood coming out of my stomach because of the stabbing. So I found myself in the hospital. I went unconscious, and I found myself in the hospital. Doctors operating on me. It was a very bad experience. And again, I'd say, even after that, I did not stop drinking. Even after that, drinking became more of a lifestyle than it was just for fun, Now, another, I'm just highlighting these incidences so that you may understand some of the near-death experiences that I came close to, but I did not die. I didn't know why. I remember there was a time I used to work in a certain bank. So coming from work a bit late, I was so tired and a bit stressed up. So I went to a bar, a nearby bar, my friend's bar, and started drinking. I think I took about 750 ml and more, maybe a liter, and I was super drunk. So they asked me, it was raining, they asked me, "Utafika nyumbani?" Then I said, yeah. I was okay. So I decided to go and see a friend somewhere in the slums of Kibra. So wakati niliamua kwenda, there is a river that connects Kibra and Moi Girls Secondary. Moi Girls Secondary. It's not just a water river, it's a sewage river. So I decided to follow the path along the river. But hiyo barabara, the more you go through it, the more imeshikana na hizi nyumba za slums, zimeshikana. So venye nilikuwa naenda nyumba kumbe inashikana na ile river. The more ninaenda, the more ninafika mahali zimeshikana sana, whereby it becomes a problem to keep going. But I just kept on going, trying, nikienda tu, because I knew somehow I'll get through. But you know, I was drunk, so I wasn't sober. My judgment was impaired. So as the more I was going, the more the houses, they actually ni nyumba za matope, the more they get close, attached to that river completely. And eventually, I found myself stuck. I couldn't go forward or go back. I don't know how I fell into the sewage, but I was in. And it was a terrible experience. Nikiwa ndani ya ile sewage, I thought I was dreaming, you know. Opening my eyes, I see red, you know, red, black, you know, it is sewage. You can't even see well. And I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. I thought I was dreaming, you know, nimelewa kabisa. So nilikuwa naona kama ni dream. So trying to shake myself off or maybe wake up, I was wondering why I can't, you know. And let me tell you, dying is so easy. Because that day I came close to my death. That day I saw my life hanging there. I saw my life on a balance. I can assure you that how I got out of that sewage, I don't know. Because fortunately, I just got out of that sewage on the exact spot that I wanted to get from. Mahali penye nilikuwa nataka kutokea ndio mahali penye nilitokea. How I got out, I don't have any idea. Even today, it's still a mystery to me. And when I went to my friends, on reaching there, he was shocked and they were very, very embarrassed. The smell was so bad, intense, you know, the odor. So he told me to undress outside the house. It was around 8 p.m. I had no option. I did it. So nikaingia kwa nyumba. You know, I was still drunk. So I went straight to sleep. In the morning, I woke up very ashamed. And with a lot of, you know, at that particular time, I still had a hang down and I was still not sober, you understand? So a bit drunk, a bit tipsy. So I woke up and went to shower, went to work. But I can assure you that week I almost died. Niliendesha kuendesha, you know. Singe maliza, there was a time singe maliza dakika 10 kabla sijaenda kwa washroom. So it was a very bad experience. I thought I was going to die because of that. So I went to the hospital and got some treatment. But even after that, the point is not the sickness. The point was my the near-death experience through that sewage. You can imagine, wakati nitoka kwa sewage, this tunaitaga hizi looks za trouser, the looks zilikuwa zimekatika. I didn't have shoes, no socks, na sikukuwa na wallet. Wallet ilikuwa, lakini ilikuwa imechakaa kabisa. So I was, and my jacket, and also ilikuwa imebaki pia kwa maji. So it was a very bad experience, very, very bad. Hiyo river ikukuwa ndogo, ni kama drainage ya sewage, but bigger, very wide and very deep. So the fact that I came out of that sewage alive was God. That is the only explanation niko nayo. Alikuwa Mungu. That's all I know. You see, these experiences I'm sharing with you so that you may understand that some of these things happen for a reason. And you cannot take my experience and compare to yours. You know, mine was different. I remember there was a time I have someone took a photo of me in another county. I went to drink, and as we were going back home, I said I want to sleep. So I stopped at the middle of the highway, kwa barabara katikati. highway roundabout and slept there. Magari zilikuwa zinakuja zinapiga break hapo. I was there sleeping comfortably. If not for that guy, if not for that young man that very night, I would have been dead right now. And I'd say more, if not for God, I don't know if I was alive today. So that experience by itself, when I remember it, it threatens me. Okay. Then there is this other experience. This one is a bit. Now this one I can only say it because I don't remember what really happened. There was a day I went somewhere to drink with a friend of mine, and nikiwa hapo I thought I'd taken enough. Started before afternoon na sikuwa nimekula kitu. So around, I remember about it was about 6:30 p.m. in the evening. I told that friend of mine, now I've had enough, I'm going home. I went and I saw myself boarding a motorbike. But this is what I remember. The next minute, I was somewhere about 10 kilometers on foot, and it was 2 a.m. in the morning. I was bleeding this other side of the head, but I had my phone. I don't know what happened. I have no story. I don't understand. I just found myself trying to stop another bike, going home. It was a complete different location. I don't know if I was dragged. Sikumbuki what happened. Even for the guy who was to carry me, I don't know if he did or he didn't. That 6:30 p.m. I don't know if I paid him or I didn't pay him. I didn't pay him. Sikumbuki anything. So that to me also shocked me a lot. And you imagine that after all those experiences, after all those troubles, after everything that I went through, especially while drinking, I personally never thought that I can stop drinking. So in the next episode, I'll share now some of other experiences, and I even got an accident because of alcohol. I found sometimes back I found myself somewhere because of alcohol. There is also another job where I was general manager, and because of alcohol, everything was destroyed. I'll share that in the next episode, and even sharing what happened and how God delivered me from this bondage. And I believe that someone is watching this, and maybe your friend, your relative, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, they are in this addiction. Let me tell you, there is hope. It happened for me, it can happen for you. Stay tuned for the next episode of this story. God bless you.